What's up, everybody? NTCertified here. We are about a month and a half away from E3 2018. I was lucky enough to go to E3 2017. I'm actually wearing my Xbox FanFest t-shirt from 2017, but don't get it super confused. I'm not a huge Xbox fanboy. I love all my systems dearly and equally, but I happened to be surfing the internet while at work today because sometimes I don't work. I mean, let's be honest. Sitting at work and surfing the net, and I was looking at some like E3 leaks, and I was on a site called NDTV. They had this nice long list of possible Xbox leaks for this year's E3, and apparently they got the information from 4chan. And if you know 4chan, you know that you can't trust anything that's said on that site. But it's about the what ifs, okay? Let's talk about the what ifs for a second. So I took the games from the list from NDTV and just put them together, and I'm gonna discuss them in this video because I feel like if this list was 100% accurate, then Microsoft would be a force this year at E3. So I'm gonna share it with you guys, and we're gonna talk about it, and you let me know how you feel if Microsoft's E3 2018 presentation looked like this. Because, you know, as some people say, right? Alright guys, let's get started, shall we? Cool shades, check. Got my list down below, check. We are ready to go. Now, I rearranged this list because I thought some things made more sense than other things. So we are going to begin with Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It's already confirmed that Shadow of the Tomb Raider is going to be released at some point in 2018. As usual, it's probably going to be an Xbox first title, meaning it's gonna come out first on the Xbox, and then at some point in the near future, it's gonna release on PS4. So I expect to see some type of gameplay trailer, if not some actual gameplay itself from the new Lara Croft adventure. Now, I like Tomb Raider. I did not finish Rise of the Tomb Raider, but I'm looking forward to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Just a classic franchise, and it always delivers. So maybe I need to finish Rise before I go into Shadow, but I do expect to see something about Shadow of the Tomb Raider in Microsoft's press conference. The second thing is possibly a Splinter Cell title. And Splinter Cell has been MIA for quite some time now. I know it's one of my favorite franchises pretty much of all time. It was the first game that I got on my original Xbox, the very first game, and ever since then I have been hooked. When Blacklist came out, I brought it on day one, played it all the way through non-stop, so I'll be super happy if Microsoft introduce some type of Splinter Cell trailer. I don't expect it to be a Microsoft exclusive, although. Okay, so with that stuff out of the way, let's get into the meat and potatoes of what this site is saying could possibly be in Microsoft's E3 press conference. So apparently the press conference is going to be about 2 hours long, which is actually pretty decent. And I think last year they went past 90 minutes as well because they had so much stuff to show. It was okay, but I feel like they could do so much more, especially if they focus on exclusive titles. Like, Microsoft knows, Phil Spencer knows that Xbox needs to focus on first-party titles and not just, you know, third-party titles. Even with the Xbox One X, you know, even though it has the best graphical capabilities, I mean, people just aren't gonna buy your system because it has the best graphical capabilities. Like, they want actual reasons to buy your system. Graphics doesn't sell it, okay? They need games. They need something that's gonna pull them into, you know, an Xbox purchase. So the first game, which is what I completely expect from Xbox, it's Forza Horizon 4. So they alternate years. So every year you have a regular Forza, and then you have a Forza Horizon. So I fully expect there to be a Forza Horizon announcement, possibly, more than likely, gameplay. I'm sure the game is pretty much done at this point. They tend to kick those out every year, so it's gonna be really exciting to see what they can pull out for Forza Horizon. I don't think they can top Forza Horizon 3, but we'll see what they have under their sleeves. And of course, it's gonna be like a day one title for Xbox Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, like I do, it's gonna be amazing. You don't have to buy anything, you know? And I might keep my Game Pass. You know, I got a free year from FanFest last year. I might renew it just for the simple fact that I can continue to play the newest games on release day. Second game, which is another game that we 100% know that's gonna be in the press conference, is Crackdown 3. Now, me personally, I really enjoyed the second Crackdown. Now, looking at this third one, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to love it, okay? I know there was a graphical downgrade from when we first saw Crackdown, you know, a while back. It's been a couple E3s ago since we first saw Crackdown 3. And when they had it at E3 last year, the destruction of the buildings and all that stuff was kind of absent. I do expect that to be a part of the game. I'm not sure why they may have, you know, downplayed that aspect of the game, but I expect it to be there when the game releases, and I expect to see a lot more finalized gameplay as well for Crackdown 3. So that's two exclusives right off the bat for Xbox for E3 2018. The next game, which is iffy to me, is Scream Ride 2. Does anybody know what Scream Ride is? I will wait. So, Scream Ride is an amusement, or not an amusement park, but a roller coaster creator simulator type game. So it's kind of mixed with these different like obstacles. So you build a roller coaster and you can pretty much run the people off the edge of a roller coaster into the water, and they kind of make it fun. Like, you shoot them up in the air and the roller coaster goes crashing down into the water, and the people, you know, parachute down onto the lake or the pool or whatever. And then they have a couple other different like mini games where you like put somebody in a capsule and you like shoot them, you know, across the level, and they barrel into buildings, and it's all this destruction stuff, kind of like what Crackdown is supposed to be, just kind of like the PG version, if that makes sense. But I played Scream Ride when it first came out, and a lot of people had no clue what the heck the game was. I went on Twitch and started to broadcast the game, and like 1,000 people showed up. It was like bang, 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 and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I was so freaking intimidated by like all the volume, and this had to have been, man, maybe 3 years ago when I think Scream Ride came out. It might have been longer than that, but they're doing a second one. And I had a lot of fun with it when I did play it, so I'm hoping they can build on that and just make the game even better. So that would be a third exclusive for Microsoft if they go that route. The next game that was on the list is Minecraft. Minecraft is a huge franchise. You know, kids love it. Some adults love it. It's very creative, and it's a big franchise. I mean, let's be honest. I'm not sure if it's going to be a new Minecraft, but it could be some some DLC or some new content that's going to be added to, you know, the Minecraft that's already on Xbox. If it is a new Minecraft, that's a big deal for Microsoft, and that would be the 4th game that is pretty much Microsoft exclusive, and we haven't even gotten through the rest of the list yet. That would be a really big coup for Microsoft if they can announce a Minecraft 2. The next game is called Below. Now, I saw the trailer for Below. I know it's like an adventure game. I don't know a lot about the game overall, other than it's another Microsoft exclusive game. I do know that there's like some random generation going on in the game, which is similar to some of the titles that I had from Limited Run on my PS Vita, where there was like random generated levels and you could have permanent death and weird stuff like that. So I don't know a lot about it, but I plan on doing a lot of research about it, especially if there's a possibility that it can be a part of Microsoft's E3 press conference. So I'll keep my eye on that one. There was another game on the list with the name of Electric Madness, and it is a racing game, but I'm not sure what it's gonna be about. So when I think of electric cars, I think of toy cars. I think of Tyco RC cars. I think of Hot Wheels or Matchbox or something like that. So could this be like an independent car game or an independent toy car game set in this cartoony, you know, toy world? Because if so, I think I'm interested. And that's something I like to keep my eye on as well. But who knows if it's even really a thing. It could be something just made up on the website. So that's something that I can't 100% say that we're ever gonna see. The next game is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. So this is a sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest. I personally did not play Ori and the Blind Forest, but the game did get really, really good reviews. I did see the trailer at last year's Xbox E3 press conference, and I knew right off the bat what game it was, and I think it's gonna be a runaway success, especially if it builds off of the first game. I feel like it has like a nice cult following of people that love the first Ori game, and if they can build on the first game, then this is gonna be a successful title for Xbox, which is good for them, because so far in this list we've had a lot of quite a few Xbox exclusives, not overly huge exclusives, but first party titles nonetheless, to entice people into buying an Xbox. The next game is The Last Night. Now this was also shown last year at E3, and this is like the 2.5 dimension, what do you call it? Is it like a platformer? I don't know if you consider that a platformer, but I'm not 100% certain what the gist of the game is. Like, I know you're gonna explore the town. It has like this cyberpunk type feel to it, and you're gonna explore, and machines have taken over and people are poor, and you're this guy named Charlie, and you get to talk to people and explore this world. And I know you have to like fight people and maybe steal and hide. So I'm looking for more to understand what the game is about. I like the graphical style, I like the pixelated style. I like that it's 2.5 dimension, and I'm really excited about it, but I just need more information. Microsoft, give me more of The Last Night at E3 this year, because that's not a game that's confirmed either. Sea of Thieves, the game that you either love it or you hate it. I played a little bit of it. I loved it when I played it at E3 last year with 7 other people. I hated it when I played it online here in my game room. Whenever I hear about Sea of Thieves, it's either that it doesn't have enough content, or you never see another ship or another crew, or you just absolutely love the game and you spend hours upon hours into it. Well, apparently there's not enough content. So there's gonna be more content added to the game. I think they've already taken care of that for the people that have already jumped into Sea of Thieves, but I think there's more coming, and I think there is a lot more coming for you Sea of Thieves fans. So I'm looking forward to that. And I have Game Pass. I have Game Pass, and I still have not played the full version of Sea of Thieves. I've only played the beta. I need to hop into that, and maybe I'll do that tonight. Maybe I'll hop into some Sea of Thieves tonight. Another game on the list which shocked me when looking at it, and I happened to do a little bit of research and found out that Microsoft is able to solely push Borderlands, the Borderlands franchise, which I had no clue. So we could get a possible Borderlands 3 as an Xbox exclusive? What? When the heck did that happen? So Borderlands, which I feel is a fairly decent franchise, it has a big following. I know the first Borderlands and the second Borderlands, I had a bunch of friends that just loved to jump into the open world. I couldn't play it because there were like bugs and stuff, and I don't like bugs. So I had to skip Borderlands. I only got through like the first 10 minutes of the game, and then I had to stop playing, but that's besides the point. Borderlands 3 as an Xbox exclusive would be huge for my... Shut up, Alexa. Sorry. Borderlands 3 would be a huge title for the Xbox community. I can't buy it, especially if it has bugs in it, but I'd like to see that for the Xbox fans. You know, I think they deserve more exclusive titles, and this is one of those large exclusive AAA titles that I feel could put Xbox back on the right track. Alright, so we're down to the final 3, and all 3 of these stand out to me. Alright, the first is a Banjo Kazooie Anniversary Edition. Okay, now, I'm not sure what that means when they say Anniversary Edition. I'm not sure if it's gonna be Banjo Kazooie with Banjo Tooie and Nuts and Bolts in like a 3-pack set, because all of them were in Rare Replay. So why re-release the 3 as a 3-pack when you can just go and buy Rare Replay for, you know, 15 bucks, and it comes with, you know, 20 other games. So something else has to be in there. If this is a real thing, something else has to be intertwined into that. If Rare is working on a brand new Banjo Kazooie, that is absolutely amazing, and that is big for Microsoft, and that is a day one buy for this guy. That's my childhood right there. That's classic N64, which is my favorite system of all time, by the way. That is classic N64 Rare when they were at their peak, and that's a day one buy for me. This next one, I had no clue, and I can only hope and pray that this is something that is in the works. This is a game that's titled Joanna Dark. Okay, if you don't know Joanna Dark, she is from Perfect Dark, my favorite shooter on the N64. I know there's a lot of GoldenEye fans out there and they praise GoldenEye, but I praise Perfect Dark. They took the GoldenEye formula and just took it to a completely different level. I spent so many hours in Perfect Dark. I know Perfect Dark Zero was not the best of games, but hopefully they make it right with a new Perfect Dark game. I'm not sure what the plot's gonna be. I'm not sure if it's gonna be called Perfect Dark or if it's gonna be called Joanna Dark or whatever they want to call it. I'd even like to see a remaster of the original game. That's what I like to see. Like, not a remaster where it's the actual first game and they upscale it. I want to see an actual revamp of the original Perfect Dark with Xbox One X capabilities. That's a day one buy for me. And the final game on the list is a Halo title called Halo Genesis. Now, when they say Genesis, I'm thinking that it's gonna be a compilation of some past games, because I know there's been some talks about a Master Chief Collection Part 2. I'm hoping this is not a Master Chief Collection Part 2. I'm hoping that it's a Halo 6 Genesis or something like that, because I know Xbox fans have been waiting for a new Halo, and it's been teased for the last year or so. Xbox just needs to deliver. They need a system seller, you know? There's no Gears coming this year. I know we do have Crackdown coming, we do have Forza, but what the heck, man? Go all out. Give us another huge title, and Halo would be that amazing title. And just looking at the list of everything that I've spoken about in the last 20 plus minutes, this video is going to be ridiculously long, and I'm sorry, but I had to get all of those out of the way. So looking at that list of games, if Xbox brings all of those games to E3, which I don't think that they will, but wishful thinking, if they brought all of those games to E3, that is a wildly successful E3 lineup for Microsoft, in my opinion. And that's not even going into the other games from other publishers that they're gonna show, like Anthem. You know we're gonna see something from Anthem. You know we're gonna see something from, what's it called? Metro Exodus, because they showed it last year. That's not even counting the other third-party stuff. This is mainly just Xbox exclusive stuff, which I feel is needed for Xbox in 2018. Give us the exclusives, Microsoft. Make us believers. You know, make the world believe that you still care about your first-party titles, and Microsoft would be back on the map. Not that they're not selling consoles, but they'd be back on the map for sure. So, you know what? Before I go, I'm gonna do this for every company, by the way. This is not just gonna be my Xbox video. I already have one revved up for Nintendo, and I have one revved up for PS4 as well. So we'll see how that goes in the next week or so. I'll start posting, you know, the other videos. But for right now, it's Xbox time. It's Team Green. So in conclusion, this is NTCertified. Thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate you. Like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Join the Certified Club. We do video games, we do wrestling, we do toy collections, we do wrestling figures, we do game figures, we do whatever we want on this channel. Everything else in between. Click that sub, guys, and I will see you again soon. Peace. Follow me on Xbox, guys. I witnessed the greatest console ever. Most powerful console ever. Whatever it says, there's my gamer tag. Add me on Xbox Live.